you can tell Sandy / Jezebel, have a seat. Young man.
Here.
I will.
What's the matter, Jezebel? You don't like me close? Now you want to push me away? Hands up towards me. All shields up. See the smirky face that you're almost trying to get?
Well, now I feel it.
Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sir Jezebel, I'm going to terminate what you would call your contract, or who the hell knows what, but you're out of here. Gotta go. Sayonara. So, you get to watch me make holy water, Jezebel. You can see how that is. What? You ready for this one? Alright, so watch this. You said you're sensitive to energies? Let me know what you feel. See if it correlates with me I'm actually making it. Let me see here. For my gifted friends that watch, that have the gift of seeing things through film.
You have 4 eyes, by the way.
Sometimes I have a lot more, especially when Azrael comes through me. Azrael. All right, let me know if you start to feel anything coming through, okay? Jezebel's gonna love this one. So she's actually able to look through your eyes to see when the heavenly beings are here. So she was actually able to watch them over my shoulder.
Give me socks, please. And slippers, anything, please.
What's going on with you as I'm making this holy water?
This is a test. Not for her, for me.
What makes you think this is a test for you?
Prove that I'm stronger than I let myself out to be. That I have potential. That grace is, I think, the fair. She says that grace is in me. She feels that it's in me. I have potential to grow.
As she's playing around in your loin area.
She's not playing around my area.
Not at the moment.
Not the moment. No.
Oh, well, she does.
Yes.
Plays around your loin area.
Yes.
Plays around your groins. And she's saying that you have grace. What, grace to allow her to play with your groins?
Passionate.
Huh? Compassionate. To let her play with your groins? You call that compassion? You call that grace? I don't know what kind of shit she's trying to twist in your mind. But her playing with your groins is not grace. It's not compassion. That's Jezebel playing games with your mind. You know that we can be tricked, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay. Just check. You drink your tap water at all?
Yes, I do.
Good. Taste this. Let me know if it tastes the same.
A little sweet.
A little sweet. And Jesus turned water to wine. Not saying that I'm Jesus, but extremely blessed. You know, literally make water taste sweet, purify it, and change its elements. How do you feel when you just did all that? What went on with your body when you just chugged that down?
Tongue.
Tongue?
Tongue.
What about tongue?
It's acidy, but not.
Thought it was sweet. Now it's acid. It's the acidity from her being disposed of, because the water tastes sweet when you put it down, but now your tongue tastes acidy.
It tastes acidy.
But you said it tasted sweet.
Write it down. Yeah.
Unless she's speaking through you. You tasted sweet, she's tasting acid. Lean in. We're just gonna fry this fucker. So just let me know if you start feeling any heat in your vessel, okay? Just relax. What are you feeling? What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing? Make a lot of noise for nothing going on. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Sandy, have anything to say before she leaves?
No.
Close your eyes. Have Sandy come in. Have her put herself in your eyes. Unless she's already gone. Is she gone or is she still here?
Still here.
All right. Now I want you to pay attention in there and let me know if you see anything else come in. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Azrael, all the archangels and any archangels that I have not mentioned, come forth, please, to assist in removal of a Jezebel. Archangel Metatron. Never heard of him before. So we're gonna.
Come on.
Let me know when you see something come in from any of the heavenly beings. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. What do you have in your mind's eye right now? What are you looking at?
Closed eye.
A closed eye,
It was open.
right? Is it just one eye, one closed eye? Relax your arm. Just one closed eye?
One closed eye. It was, when it was open, it was hazel. Then closed. Changed into an elephant type eye. And is closed.
Okay. So I want you to look around that eye, not just at that eye, and see if we have any bright white lights that would like to come through. Well, eye, open up. Let me know when the eye opens up. Repeat after me. I see you.
I see you.
Let me know what it did there.
Fluttered.
Say, he sees you.
He sees you.
What are you afraid of by opening your eye? Are you afraid of the truth? Are you afraid of the light? Are you afraid of being moved on? What are you afraid of?
Loss.
Well, then why don't we cross you over to the light? Why don't you work with us instead of against us?
More for her to learn.
Yeah, not on this vessel, you don't. You're not going to be learning off of living inside of this vessel, interfering with this vessel, interfering with this vessel from graduating. You're not learning, you're taking. There's a difference. You can learn from all sorts of different realms. You don't need to be overlapped on the soul and taking. You don't need to be molesting this vessel.
Black people, darker brownish, like a gold.
This is what you're seeing.
Yes.
Ask them if they have a name or a tribe name or what do they go by. Do they see a curse on you?
What do you mean by curse?
They know what I mean by curse. Ask them if they see a curse on you. Ask them if they are part of the curse and enforcing the curse.
Something to do with a bet.
Yeah, well, the bet's over. Answer questions. Are you part of the curse? Do you believe that he is yours?
Yes.
Well, guess what? Did you make a freaking bet with the devil?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Me.
What?
Physically.
Right.
10 years old.
Right. So,
Not a bet, but
you freaking went and challenged something, huh? So what was your bet?
my bet was after my great grandmother's passing,
Yeah?
and I told God and the devil I would walk in between. I would not. My great grandma was everything to me. Unconditional love, and I said that I would take on the sins of people I care about. I would change them. I would help them. I would protect them.
So now how does Jezebel come into the picture of freaking molesting you? Were you molested as a child?
No.
All right, then.
No, me physically.
Yeah, you physically.
No.
No.
That's
Ask them if they can see her riding on your vessel.
I'm clear what you're trying to say.
Do they see her? Are they still here? The darker skinned, goldenish people.
Still doesn't understand the question.
Do you see somebody here on him besides him?
Blanket.
Blanket, all right. Are you guys pretending to be Sandy?
No.
Do you know who Sandy is?
A helper.
Yeah, it's no helper that fondles one. That is no helper. How do you know she's a helper? Apparently you're with her and working with her.
Things got fucked up.
Yeah? Well, if you're supposed to be here watching a bet, you're allowing the table to be tilted. So you have breached the contract. Your bet is now over and finished. You're not supposed to allow outside interference like that, overlapping on his vessel, on his soul. You are hereby terminated. Not to mention, you're taking on a bet of a child, an adolescent, who is not even fully mature in the mind. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Be on your way and look for adults that made bets with proper mind and thought, which was still even probably tainted through pain and suffering. What kind of work is it that you actually do? Teach. Well, it's not a teaching moment while you're standing there watching somebody do inappropriate things to him. What kind of a teacher do you consider yourself to be?
He's too perfect.
Who's too perfect?
Me.
Oh, now you're playing games with him? Trying to give him an ego?
No, him.
Him who? Him.
Me.
You.
Keith.
Yeah, Keith is not perfect. Trust me.
I was my child.
Does that person have a name? That I'm dealing with this darker individual that's golden.
No.
No. Does that person see my light?
Part of the universe.
So is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
What realm would he consider himself in, or is he unaware then he's in a different realm.
Chained.
You're chained, and yet you're playing around with people that you say you're helping as a teacher over a bet. Well, apparently you've lost a bet, haven't you?
No, women.
Winning in chains. Who's in chains? You or Keith?
Me.
Keith's in chains.
No. He's creating his chains.
Well, by holding on to Sandy, wouldn't that be strengthening the chains?
No, Keith is gonna break the chains.
By holding on to Sandy, isn't that strengthening the chains?
Must learn.
Not through Sandy, he's not.
No. Potential. Learn.
Yeah, we all have potential. We all learn. No, you don't learn?
He learns.
He learns. That's what I said. We all learn. Keith is one of us all. We all learn.
Keith is smart, wise, open to concepts.
Do you know who I am?
The one that's gonna break these chains for him to help him grow, to see his potential.
Who do you say I am?
And equal to his white light.
Equal to your white light?
No, his light.
Again, equal to your white light?
My white light.
Yes, you, brown, golden. Do you have a white light? Or has it been extinguished?
Not there.
Not there. Exactly. Got a level with the gift of knowing. So you have no light. You're gravitating towards his light, trying to play on him. Do you see how easy it was to uncover you?
Was at first.
Was. You lost a bet.
No.
No? How did you lose your light?
Sin.
Sin. Very good. Do you know who Jesus is?
Yes.
Did he die for your sins?
Yes.
Then get your light back. Stop wallowing in the past.
Bringing him to light. Get to heaven through him.
So are you lost? Is he alone or is he with other people?
He blocks so much.
Called overload. Sometimes when you're gifted, you need to put up barriers to protect yourself.
Must break his walls. So
And what about you? In the walls that you're confined in right now with no light. Do you not realize that you're trapped?
yes.
Just checking. Making sure you're aware of your surroundings.
He taught me something.
We all have something that we can teach somebody else.
Oh, you said Jezebel.
Yep. What about her?
Jesus, Jezebel, Mary. She lost dirty. Jesus loved her for who she was and found self-love.
Mary Magdalene?
No, Jezebel and Mary Magdalene is true.
No, no. He
Yeah,
like he's
yes,
talking about
that's what it sounds like.
Yes. Felt dirty. Self-love. She taught me
Big
that.
difference between Mary Magdalene and Jezebel. Jezebel, I believe, had her children taken and killed from her. And she kind of got pissed and wrote on a negative trail ever since.
No, not Jezebel.
Not Jezebel.
Just dirty. make me feel better, loved, compassion.
Are we talking about Jezebel or are we talking about Sandy? Are we talking about Sandy? We're talking about Jezebel pretending to be Sandy.
Sandy is died, and she died before learning what love was. Failed mission.
Well, maybe she should just go to heaven and start over again. Huh. Wow, what a thought.
I got
No
trapped.
sarcasm here, huh?
I got trapped. I got confused. I sought refuge.
Are you speaking on behalf of him or on behalf of Keith right now?
Yeah. Me, I sought refuge.
So you, Keith, saw refuge?
No. Sandy, but not really Sandy. I'm before Sandy. I'm older than Sandy. Sandy is soul. I'm spirit.
Well, Sandy's soul is not welcome to be overlapped with his soul.
That's who I confused. Saw bright light. Savior. Energy.
Well, once he has his light and you gravitate towards his light, he should be bringing you to a brighter light to have you transfer over, not stay like a fly stuck on a fly trap.
He got afraid and blocked the light. My fears overlapped his fears, blocked the light. Bring him back to the light. Just, I'm small. He has potential to open up, to be like you. I saw that.
To be like what?
You. Bright beacon. Hope. That's what I saw. Potential in him.
So what right does this give you to overlap onto his vessel because you saw hope?
Push him. More to the light.
You can't even get yourself to the light. You have no light. And you're going to push him to the light that you can't see or get to. How does this work out? Pull me in on that one.
God put me, must have, to be spirit to push on. I don't know. He's confused too.
It's a tangled web we weave in the spiritual realms, and especially between the battle of good and white, good and light, and good and right, and what's right and wrong. Even the darkness thinks that they're right, and the light thinks that they're right.
True. You speak truth.
Yes, I know. It's a conundrum. It's a tricky, sticky web.
But he must go to the light.
He's not going to heaven right now.
No, not that. No. He must become the light again.
You need to help him from the outside and not the inside. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Take with you this Sandy character, this Jezebel leech that is on his vessel. Make sure that when you depart, you take her with him. And if you wish to speak with him, he can speak to you whenever he reaches out to you. But you are not to manifest over and on top of his spirit, his soul. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You teach him?
I'm right here. He can always reach out to me. That's easy.
Oh.
And if you follow me from wherever you're at, you can learn a thing or two as well.
Teach him. Teach him.
Well, first off, him needs to get rid of that which is on him that shouldn't be on him. It's like shaking the dust off your clothes. First, him needs to cleanse his vessel and be him. Because right now, him is not him, because him has got filth on him. You being part of it, you are not supposed to be on his vessel.
Teach him to help others like me.
Well, apparently, when you say you're helping others, you are stealing others' energies. You realize that when you are on him, you are feeding off of his energy. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Well, why are you feeding on him saying you're helping him? Do you see the problem here?
Yes. Let's push him to the light.
Well, do that from the outside of his vessel. How do you push something that you're part of? You're sitting there acknowledging the fact that you're overlapping his soul. You're stealing his energy. How do you push away that which you're attached to? You can't. You must be on the outside of something to be able to push.
You're correct. I'm trapped.
Yes, I see this. I'm trying to tell you. You know, all you have to do is think of a loved one on the other side, open up the gates of heaven, open up the realms of wherever they're at. Have them come forth for you, find you, and take you off with them. It's simple reasoning, simple deduction. Close your eyes wherever you're at in there. Close your eyes and think of a loved one. Call out their name. You will knock on the door from which they are at. You will bring them forward for you, and then you can depart with them.
Simply not a good place either.
Well, then bring them into you, and together you can call for somebody else that's in a good place. It's kind of like yelling from the top of a mountain. You yell until you find your Savior. You yell until you find somebody who's in a good place to take you all off together. I have done this in masses in a graveyard with over 50 people. Nobody left until everybody had somebody come through for them. That was freaking cool. Nobody left. They all left united.
I yell in front of him. He doesn't see me. But I know that's not what you mean.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. You're seeing him through another dimension. He is unable to see you, but you are able to see him. I have these gifts myself. I am able to see things through different dimensions. They are all able to see me, but they can't even see each other, which is amazing. So I do know what you speak of. Think of somebody else that might be in another location. They might be able to see both him and you. Different people are able to see different things.
Help him harness the power and not be afraid.
I've already told him today that fear is the enemy. Do not have fear, for the enemy feeds on it.
No, His grace is what He's freedom. He blocks it.
Yeah, because many of us don't feel worthy of grace, so therefore we have a little block upon it. But it is not up to him to decide whether or not he is worthy of grace. That is up to God.
He blocks it. He can do so much more.
How do you know he blocks it? Because you're riding on his vessel.
No,
Get off his. Let's start with getting you in the right place. Right now you're in the wrong place. You're lost, so you're riding on him. So why don't we find you a safe haven for starters? Is the other person that you called still there, or did they already leave? Yeah, it's not easy being lost. Not easy being lost at all. How long have you been where you're at?
Confused that time.
Yep. There is no concept of time. So, with no concept of time, I want you to think of your mother and father. Did you have love for your mother and father at one point?
One time, yes.
Right. Well, think of them. Think of your mother and father. Let your mind go through the realms. Let your mind reach out to them. Call upon them.
Confusion.
Call upon them.
Confusion. Timeline.
Call upon them. There's no timeline for them as well.
No. Confusion for me.
Well, you just follow what's in your mind, what you're seeing. Don't worry about confusion for you. This is above your pay grade.
Find that funny.
Well, because you're still learning. So yes, it's funny because we don't all have all the answers. I just happen to have the gift of knowing, which gives me questions to ask. It just comes rapidly off the top of my. So I asked for wisdom. Didn't even realize I got wisdom in praying for it. To my guys, was like, you realize that whatever we asked you, you had the answer for it. And here I was at that point in the game after getting wisdom, running out of patience for that. And they're, why are you guys so stupid? It's like, whoa. So what do you wish for? Because now you wish for wisdom, you get wisdom. Now you got to start praying for patience to deal with people because they're not. But I was so daft when I was young. I was like so daft. It wasn't funny. I would dive into an empty pool, not even know if there was water in it or not. Trusted everybody, believed everybody, figured everybody was just open and trusting like me. And you realize, yeah, no, not everybody's like you. It's like, whoa.
He's a lot like you.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to geeky nerd.
Let's get you where you need to go. He's his own being. He has his own questions, has his own way of knowledge, research, digging, questions, all of that stuff. You haven't got a right being here. Bet or no bet. He was 10 years old. Oh, here's one. Do you have other missions that you're responsible for as well? No, just this one. Now, when you first saw him appear, you made it sound like there was more than one person there.
There is.
Right. So we have a group of people.
Yes.
Why doesn't he have these group of people that are with him reach out for their loved ones as well? One of you are going to be able to make the connection with somebody on the other side.
Because I'm teaching them.
You're teaching them. How are you teaching them when you've lost your light? What are you teaching them? Do the people that are around you, do they have light? Or are you the only one there with no light?
They have no light.
So everybody that you're with has no light, and you're trying to help somebody with light by manifesting on their vessel.
He's wise.
Do you see the hypocrisy in what you're doing?
He's wise.
Do you see the hypocrisy in what you're doing?
Yes. Yes. He's wise.
I will make sure he gets the help.
They're beating around that, this is almost like making a deal
Yes.
with that.
Deal.
Deal. I don't make deals with people with no light. I can help people with no light. Listen to me. Your deals are like your bets.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm not betting. I'm not dealing.
I
I am here to help.
betting that.
I'm here to help you, here to help him. But I am telling you, you do not have the right overlapping on his vessel.
I am betting that you're helping his potential bring him better.
Yeah, I'm here to help the world. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
How does my voice sound to you where you're at?
Any other voice?
Like any other voice. Survey says, wrong answer.
He may be equal to him.
Survey says, wrong answer.
Help him. Just help him.
Were you on Earth at one point?
Sandy, yes. Me, yes. But I'm elemental. I'm air.
Yeah, you are now, but at one point you were on Earth.
That's the confusing part.
Nothing confusing. You separated. You went from life to, some people call it death, but you're not dead. You're alive, but you're just in a different form. So this is the part that's confusing you. You're aware that you, are you aware that you died?
Yes.
Okay. But yet you still live,
Yes.
but you don't have light, which means, and you already acknowledge that you sin. You realize that we all sin.
Yes.
So then why don't you consider yourself to be worthy so that your light can start to grow?
Makes me feel good.
It makes you feel good. Yeah, you're stealing his energy. You can't be
No.
stealing his energy. Of course it makes you feel good when you're taking somebody's energy.
Not that. No. He treats me good.
Yeah, he feeds your ego. He feeds you. He keeps you going through his vessel. Then what happens when he dies? Where are you going to be? Here's one. Here's one for you. Right? Have you even thought, like a chess game, a few moves ahead? It's going to be in a blink of an eye. He's going to be dead. And where are you going to go?
He's talking to me about that.
Yeah, so where are you going to go?
Even he don't know.
You lost again to jump on another vessel, to bounce around. You realize that even on a chessboard, the pieces get removed.
He wants me to be better than that.
Why you can be better than that when you're stuck on a human vessel?
Help me. Help. He helped me. I help others.
And what do you think about him playing around with this spiritual box?
Communication with him.
Communication with you.
He don't want to let others talk about him.
You have a name that you go by. How can we talk about you if you don't have give us a name that you go by?
I I'm Sandy, but his writing, I am Kate better. Kate,
So you're no longer the dark person in gold?
I'm better than dark. He showed me I'm better than dark.
Where are the dark individuals that have golden color?
I was dark, now I'm golden. But darkness is students.
Sandy, you can't be on this vessel. You say you're building as you're still doing dirty. You need to keep your eyes above the waistline and get off of this vessel. Ugh. All right, Sandy, we're going to say goodbye. Hopefully you're not still on this vessel when I chat with him again in the future. No buts.
You teach.
Oh, yes, I teach. I teach many. Any last messages from you, Sandy, before I take off?
Lord, understand grace. Not to be afraid, be brave.
You want me to help him understand grace, so you act as if you know what grace is. Do you know what grace is?
Love.
Have you felt love?
Yes.
Thought you didn't feel love before.
I did it before, but
You felt it when I took hold of his hands and connected to you?
yes. Warm hands.
We are connecting with an overlapping soul on top of his soul. I have no idea how to pronounce that name and no idea what country you're from. But I am a gifted individual. Oh, we got someone with an upside down cross. So when you say, hey, what am I doing? It's pretty funny that you have an upside down cross, because that's actually from a saint that didn't feel worthy of being crucified like Jesus upright. So he chose to be crucified that way. So as you think that you're going against Christ, you're actually praising him. So that's pretty comical and funny. So what are you doing? Advertising an upside down cross, not knowing that you're praising Jesus Christ. All right, so how are you feeling right now?
Confused. But right here is like knowing that loss is to come.
Well, so she knows that she has to move on. She's trying to take it slowly. Well, Sandy, you need to go sooner than later.
You know that.
All right? Because you're literally, calling yourself Sandy as you ride with a Jezebel spirit. Are you aware of that? If you're playing below the waistline, getting kicks there, you're playing with a Jezebel spirit. All right, so we're going to call this session quits. You have a lot to wrap your head around, a lot for these overlapping spirits to wrap their head around, and we'll pick up on this. So I'm at the other end of a freaking phone, but you're definitely going to need more than one session. All right, so it's probably like maybe 1 in 100, if not more than that, need another session. I'm usually pretty good at removing things, but the problem here is what she's uncovered before. you have to want it to go as well. So the loss of separation is not just on the part that's overlapping on you, but is on your ability and wants to release them. You feel attached to them as much as they feel attached to you.
That's correct.
Yeah, well,
That's correct.
I know this here, and it's kind of hard to remove something when you're holding on to it. God, I miss Sam Kennison. All right, so say goodbye to everybody, and like he had said before, he made a comment that if this can help anybody, that's a beautiful thing, and he's absolutely correct. If this can help anybody that knows that they have an overlapping vessel, we do have the availabilities to separate, disconnect, but you have to have both parties that are willing. Earlier in the evening, we separated an overlapping vessel on this one here and send it off to the light and to heaven. Okay, God bless, good night.
Right.
God bless, where did it go? God bless, good night. All right. That's all, folks, again.